Hey guys, welcome to the channel. It's Tori. Can you believe it? It's already the end of 2021. So it's the time to do a year check on the book that I've read in the past year and that I would recommend you to read as well. So in this video, I include 10 books in total. Without further ado, let's get cracking. So the first book is Asking the Right Questions. This book is about how to develop a critical mind, and it gives out a series of interconnected critical questions for you to ask no matter when you are reading a book or listening to a podcast or watching a talk. This will help you form your own judgment and to not get lost in a sea of information. This book absolutely gives you a clear idea of what is critical mind, but at the end of the day, to really develop a critical mind, it's all about deliberate practice, which is also something I'm not very proud of, because as much as I understand the importance of critical mind, I just haven't cultivated the habit of asking them. So need to work on that in 2022. The second book is How to Win Friends and Influence People. Now, this is like the Bible of the socializing category books. Basically, every book recommendation on interpersonal relationship mentioned this book. This is a very practical book which gives out a bunch of principles you can apply right away in your life, like remember people's name, smile a lot. But I think all the principles provided in this book are based on sincerity. Like this book stresses that you should be lavish in your praise and you should show people their importance. But this should all come from the bottom of your heart. Without sincerity, these techniques are just like seemingly useful techniques which you might use to get what you want in the short term, but you will never develop a truly meaningful relationship in the long term. The third book is Atomic Habits. Now this book literally changed me over the course of several months. I was so frustrated with the bad habit of binge scrolling my phone, and I tried everything I can to change it, but I just couldn't until I read this book. This book gives me some useful tools to build good habits like design your environment, 2-minute principle, habit tracker, and so on and so forth. But the most life-changing mindset I learned from this book is that doing something is better than doing nothing. I used to think that I need to study or work with total concentration for several consecutive hours, then I can call it a productive day. This kind of thinking, it is quite unrealistic from both physical and mental point of view because our brain could just get tired and it just cannot work for such a long time at a time. And sometimes we just feel down or not in the mood of doing something, and these are like total normal situations. Thinking like that, I just put myself under a lot of pressure and it just gives me another reason to scroll through my phone and just to escape that pressure. Now, every time I don't feel like working or exercising, I'll just tell myself, it's okay. You can just do it for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes. It's about doing instead of how much or how long you do it. Our life consists of these small habits. If you want to change your life in 2022, it's a must read. Moving on to the next one, Becoming. This is an autobiography of Michelle Obama, and this is not one of those motivational books about a poor girl grew up to first lady. It is narrated in more of simple and straightforward way. She tells her childhood story, her parents, how she met Obama, and also their life as first family in White House. It is actually quite eye-opening because I've never imagined a first family life could be like that. She always took initiatives to launch campaigns for children and for girls, and I love that she always encouraged girls like her with colored skin to be not disappointed by life. This is a quite thick book and it took me a while to finish, but if you have time, you can read it. Next book is Lean In. This is an inspiring book for professional women by CEO of Facebook, Sheryl Sandberg. It is full of studies, statistics, and true cases about how women underestimate themselves. It explains how important it is for women to be more ambitious and to really believe in themselves and to seize opportunities. It is important not only for women themselves, but also for society as a whole. On top of that, men should be more empowered at home to give women more support to chase their dreams. About this book, I've made a more detailed summary video before. You can click into my channel to check it out if you are interested. Next book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I also just made a video on this book, so please check that video out if you haven't yet. This is a financial book for a beginner, and it demonstrates a must-know principle for managing your money, which is to build assets and to reduce liabilities. Because assets can make your money work for you and can bring you more income, and reduce the liabilities can decrease your expenses. And so you can have surplus in your account. And then you can use that surplus to buy more assets, which will in return bring you more income. And that is how you accumulate wealth. And I think that is the most important thing taught in this book. Next book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. This is a book that I will always hold dear to, and this is actually my second time reading it, and I can foresee that I will read it many times in the future. This is a book for your life, work, relationship, and like everything, because it is working on the roots of life and not any sort of quick fix. This book suggests to take an inside-out approach to work on your own character and your paradigm. Paradigm is the way we see the world, so it determines how we react and how we respond. The author suggests to live a principle-centered life because these principles are eternal. They are the essence of everything in the world. Moving on to next one, the 4-hour work week. Just by the title, you can tell how intriguing this book is. The author is an advocate of what he refers as New Rich, and he suggests us to design our own lifestyle and to live the life we want now instead of waiting until we retire. He believes what we really want is not a million money, but the lifestyle millionaires have. To create this lifestyle, the currency New Rich need to have is time and mobility. With time, you can do things you think important and you really enjoy. And with mobility, you can work anywhere you want. The methods mentioned in this book can free you from 9-to-5 cubicle, and you can live the life you want now instead of waiting until you retire. Though this book included a lot of outdated resources like websites, since it was written 14 years ago, the idea of this book is thought-provoking. It made me think how I want my work life to be. The last book is Show Your Work. This is a must-read for anyone who wants to start their own channel or to be a content creator. This book encourages me a lot to start my channel, and it emphasizes that you don't have to wait until you achieve something massive to start sharing. Audience are curious about the process too. So several big takeaways from this book. First, if you don't know what to share, just share what you are working on, the process, what you're learning, etc. It will draw the people who are interested in and are doing the same thing as you. Second, building a substantial body of work takes a long time. It's never an overnight success. So share something small consistently. Be patient. Third, always be a student, an amateur, and find something new to learn so you can move forward. Lastly, sharing doesn't subtract your value, it adds to it. This is a very short book and it is written in a very creative and interesting way. It may take you like 2-3 hours to finish, so highly recommend it. 2021 is the year where I really built the reading habit into my life. It is not only a great way for me to learn new knowledge, but also it centers me and helps me to develop a more peaceful mind. It changes my life and it boosts my confidence. So I cannot see why I won't carry this habit into the brand new 2022. I also sincerely invite and welcome you to join me on this journey. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in next year. Happy New Year! Bye!